And we are all really startled when we, I guess, perplexed by what happened over the weekend with so many celebrities and how their personal stuff got out there. And wanted to bring on Darren Guccione, who is the CEO of Keeper Security, which is a service actually out of Chicago that has that manages all of your passwords and hopefully makes them safer for you. Darren, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Thanks for being on the show. What from what you guys have been watching, I'm sure you've been keeping a close eye on this story with these stars. What went wrong?
Yeah, I mean, basically, this looks like a very straightforward breach in terms of just hackers, just engaging and accessing various accounts of the stars and basically stealing their private information. And we see this happen all the time. Whether it's with a retailer, social media site, or now with iCloud accounts. It's just very common, unfortunately.
We spoke with a tech columnist earlier in the week who had reason to believe that Apple didn't have any sort of a barrier on there. If you kept trying someone's password and getting it wrong, it would let you try it infinite times until you finally got in, and that seemed to be something that was that put everybody at risk.
Right. Yeah. So, a product like ours, which is Keeper, we have what's called self-destruct protection. So if a hacker was to try to, access a user's account after 5 incorrect password tries, the account basically gets wiped out on that device. And, that's what protects our users. And what we do is we have a product called a Cloud Security Vault that stores all of the encrypted binary information. That's a fancy word for all of their files, photos, and videos, which are stored in a vault for the benefit of that user. And so not even us at Keeper could access that information. Everything is completely encrypted A to Z and protected with the self-destruct protection. And that's what a lot of these, unfortunately, these traditional cloud storage providers don't offer.
Why haven't we come up with a better way to protect ourselves than just a simple password of words and numbers?
Yeah, I mean, I think, the common practice, there's really two issues. One, human nature says, well, I have passwords that I need to log into all these different websites and my iCloud account or whatever account it is. And the bottom line is that too often users use, simple passwords like, 1234, password 1, very simple passwords that are really easy for a hacker to figure out just with different algorithms and, formulas that they utilize to basically do this for a living. And so now we're getting into what we call biometrics, whether it's a fingerprint or, a retina or your voice. So soon you're going to be seeing, biometric authentication, not just passwords, be brought into the mass, market. And we're one of the first companies that are going to be doing that. For example, on iPhone, the iOS 8 version is now coming out within the next 30 days. That's the new iPhone. And that new operating system is going to support biometric authentication. So when users, basically want to log into their Keeper vaults, they're going to be able to utilize their master password as well as their fingerprint. So it's going to be much more difficult for hackers to access those accounts.
Talking with Darren Guccione. He is the CEO of Keeper, securities firm up in Chicago. And I like the other thing that you guys do up there is you hold the passwords for all these different accounts in one big place, and that way they can you don't have to remember all of the passwords.
That's right. And so the user basically has to remember just one master password. We always recommend that when users set a master password, they use, letters, numbers, symbols, and, try to keep it at least, 6 characters in length, just to make it more difficult. But the real benefit of a solution like ours is that the encryption key, which is what we use to encrypt and decrypt the user's information, resides always with the user. So even if a hacker was to breach our vault and take, let's say, Kate Upton's binary, which is what happened, her photos were stolen. Even if a hacker did that with us and they took her binary file, they would not be able to decrypt and open that file. It would be it would look like a bunch of gobbledygook to them.
I see.
So that's one of the benefits of our level of security is that, number one, we've never been breached. Number two, we have 24/7, 365 threat detection, so we can tell when a hacker is trying to access the vault, and we have algorithms and protections in place to basically nullify those instantly. So, the whole premise behind our product and what we do is two things. It's, number one, hyper security, just to make sure that users' information remains invisible, protected, and even invisible to us, and only for the benefit of the user. So the user is the only person that can access and view that information. And number two, we make it really easy to use, so it's really convenient. And that's what it's all about, is, keeping this, really safe and simple for users to store and secure their most sensitive, files, photos, passwords, anything that they want to store in their own digital vault is what we specialize in.
Yeah, that's a great thing, and hopefully it would prevent all these kinds of things from happening, and certainly make it more secure, because it makes a lot of people nervous, and I understand why they are. If you go to keepersecurity.com, you can find out more about the service there at Keeper, and the apps are available out there as well. Darren, great stuff and great advice. I appreciate you spending some time with us this morning.
Well, thank you very much, and have a good day.